Hey, welcome to Money inspirAction. My name's Sandy Livick, and I'm doing something new with money every day for a whole year. And today's episode is all about something a little bit weird, a little bit strange that you might think I'm a total nutter for talking about, but that's precisely what's kept me from talking publicly and openly about it before. But I've had such a weird week that I knew I had to start being different and not care what people think about me in relation to this. So what is this weird thing? It is ghosts, entities, spirits, whatever you want to call it. I was inspired by a friend of mine called Nunuk Shepherd, who was actually diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic, and he started doing something called access consciousness and realized that he wasn't just a lunatic that was hearing manic voices in his head. He was actually extremely perceptive and hearing entities or people who don't have bodies around him. And you might be thinking, what is she talking about? And that's fine, but I know there are some of you that will be able to relate to things like seeing something out of the corner of your eye, or feeling like you're being watched even if you're alone in a room, or having a constant stream of voices in your head. I mean, I had that all the time until I learned a tool from Access, which was, who does this belong to? And that's a process of asking, with every time you think something, is this mine? And when I started to do that, I realized that literally like 99% of the junk in my head was not me, because it would, well, as soon as I asked that, it made me realize that it wasn't my own thoughts, if that makes sense. So since I've been in Milan for these past couple of days, I started hearing so many more voices than usual, almost like I'd arrived in a new city and all these entities were like, oh, she can hear us, let's chat to her. And it actually kept me from sleeping. I woke up in the middle of one night, like basically chatting to entities, and it's not a bad thing. It's actually just another thing to be aware of in the world, becoming more conscious about how the world actually works. And maybe you don't believe in reincarnation, and that's totally fine, but I don't believe that we only live once. And I kind of like the way that Eleanor Roosevelt put it. She said, when someone asked her if she believed in reincarnation, she said, well, for me it's no stranger than the idea that I only came here once. So that's what I'm doing today, is I'm openly admitting that I see dead people. You know, like in that film, I hear dead people, I see them, I'm starting to be able to live with it in a way that it actually helps me to know things faster than I did before, because I can just sort of download information from entities that are around me, and it's just another way of being in the world. So I'm really grateful to Shannon O'Hara, who has a program called Talk to the Entities, because it was from working with her for about 2 years that I started to go from being extremely depressed and stressed out and never having any kind of peace in my head to having a way more peace than I did before. And it's still, you know, improving every day. But I felt like there might be some people out there who needed to hear what I just said, and maybe not, but you know, I think that I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. You know, maybe you're way more perceptive than you think you are, and maybe watching this video will help you to start realizing that. So that's my hope for this video. And if you've ever had any weird experiences, then please write about them in the comments and tell me what your opinion is on what I've just said. Thanks to Nunuk again, and thanks to you for watching. So that's me for today. I talk to dead people, and I'm not shy about admitting it. See ya.